Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about a new favorite book of mine. I'm going to put you through my misery, also of fucking course, like yeah. So today we're going to talk about Dreams of the Dying by Nicholas Litzau. Oh boy, get ready, we're in for a ride. So when I got this, basically, well, I didn't got this. Nicholas sent this to me. Thank you so much, because it was out of stock on my damn country, and he was kind enough to go through all that trouble to get me this copy. This is the naked hardcover, by the way. I know it's beautiful, but the thing that I didn't know when I was just craving for this book is that it's actually based, well, not based. There's this Skyrim mod called Enderal that started this. I had like I'm just going to put this here because I'm too tired to hold it up. It's just super heavy, you know, it's 800 pages long, like it's heavy. As I was telling you, I had like a mental breakdown at 3 a.m. in the morning. Wait a second, what do you mean video games? I saw it on a review and I was just like, I really need to check this out. And indeed, it's actually a mod that changes Skyrim totally. Basically, it just takes advantage of the engine and just puts you into the place of Jesper Dalberek, and holy shit, now I need to play that. That will come in another video. But basically, the first thing that I want to remark before we get started on the, most important parts is the outstanding quality of this book. This is a self-published book, and holy shit, it has better quality than some of my traditionally published books. Like, what the hell? As I've told you, this is the naked hardback. It also has a great glossary on the back with different stories, the languages, and some different monsters and animals. So cool, boy. So cool. And yeah, it's just edited beautifully. I caught like a typo. That's it. One typo in an 800 pages long book. So, outstanding quality. That's the first thing. Outstanding quality. So now let me just tell you a little bit about what this book is about. We're basically going to follow Jesper Dalberek. He is from this kind of wealthy family. We don't know what happened to his family. We only knew that he left and he joined a mercenary corps, basically. We also know that he left that because something happened, and now he is basically asked to go to this island empire, kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but it's called Kilai, and he was requested for one of the wealthiest merchants of this island to go there, and he does. When he gets there, he discovers that this almightyful, basically godlike merchant called Onai is on a coma, and there's something really weird going on. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to keep everything spoiler-free from now on because you really need to read this. So as you can probably tell from the cover of this book, this is a pretty dark fantasy, and I already knew that coming into the book, but some trigger warnings for you. We have really explicit gore. It was fucking great, not gonna lie. We have a rape scene, and we also have attempted suicide. So careful with that. I think I got them all, but just in case, check before starting reading the book. But as I told you, I already knew it was a dark fantasy, so I was just so happy to get it. I knew from the get-go that I was going to really like this book. I wasn't sure if I was going to love it, but I was pretty sure that I was going to fucking really like it. Let's just go with the best parts of this book. Number one thing for me was the dream world. This is very related to the magic system that we have in this world, but I just want to talk about especially the dream world. So you can basically get into other people's psyches through the different reality that is kind of the dream world. Let's just call it that. So I just don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just going to say like vague names. But it's just super cool. I don't know why, but Nicholas uses a lot the color blue to describe the dream world, and it's something that caught my eye. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But it always gave me like this kind of chill effect every time we get into like the dream world with Jesper. I'm like, damn, I'm cold, there's water, there's this kind of infinite ocean, and it's blue, and he always gets these like light flashes that are white, blue, and black, and it's just, it has stuck with me. Maybe it doesn't have any meaning at all, but it's just stuck with me. The dream world is either really pleasant or really fucking horrifying. In this case, we're going with the horrifying part, because there's of course something going on, and you know, this merchant is in a coma, or getting into his psyche, so of course something's wrong. This part was fucking great, not gonna lie. The first chapters of this book just pulled me in so badly because of this dream sequence. Well, this kind of nightmare sequence, actually. It was so bizarre, so bizarre. I loved it. There's a lot of explanations of how logic dream works, and you are not supposed to, you know, fucked up the logic of a dreamer. That was fucking great. I just really like books that have drink magic or something related with the mind and dreaming and sleeping. I just don't know why. It's just something that really caught my eye every single time, and this I loved. The other thing that I loved is the world. Even though I haven't played the mod yet, I fell in love with the world ASAP. I don't know what it is, but the descriptions are really intricate. You can picture everything super easily, at least me, into the point with the world building. It's not like really stunningly great chunks of world building like I usually read, but it's not non-existent. Like, it's in a great point on the middle, and if you want to know more, you can always go to the glossary and learn a little bit more, which is also fine, you know, sometimes it's also fine. Then basically my other favorite part was the magic system, dimensionism. That's how it's supposed to be said. It's simple enough that you can understand everything that's said on page, but it's also complicated enough for you to wander around being just like, wait, so then how this thing works? But then the pool, but basically here magic has consequences. You can have different types of magic. We have necromancers, we have biomancers, we have psychomancer, what's the name? I love that one. That one's my favorite one. We have the dreamwalkers. And every time that you use your magic, you basically get this pull in your fucking brain. Was that how it was described? You basically get the aftermath of using magic, and the more times that you use it, the dangerous it gets, and the powerful the site that you use is, the stronger the pull is going to be on you. So you have to be quite careful with that. You can also be a really powerful biomancer or a really low one. There's a lot. It's really well constructed, so you can just get the whole picture very early on, so you're not lost. I just loved learning about the magic. Every single time that something happened in a new type of magic appear, I was blown away. There's even a chronomancer. What's the name of chronomancer? That was so cool. That was so damn cool. The different type of magic, favorite thing. World building, my favorite thing, and also my favorite thing, the dream world. So the other thing that I quite enjoy was the corpses. I'm just going to say that. The corpses. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to say anything else. The corpses. The minute you see them, you're intrigued. You're just like, wait, what? Wait, what is this? And I love that. That mystery was done so well. I just really liked it. I actually wanted to know more, like even more. I wanted more of that. Like all the time, I was just like, give me something else in the swamp. Give me something else in the swamp, please. Those parts, I don't want to go into detail about that. I just wanted to say it because I don't want to talk spoilers, but amazing. Another great thing about this book were the characters. I actually have read some reviews saying that they didn't quite connect with the characters. I actually quite enjoyed them. I think Jesper is a well enough constructed character for you to like. Like, he is really troubled, and the more you get into the novel, the more you find out. At first, you kind of see him like this kind of chilled guy, being just like, oh yeah, we should help him. Oh yeah. He's really kind of pragmatic also, which I really enjoyed. It's kind of the definition of gray sometimes. Like, yeah, this is bad, but sometimes you have to do it. So I really like him. I also really like Kawu. He was definitely my second favorite character, but I have to say, I really like learning about Onai throughout this whole novel. I think his character was developed incredibly well. Like, probably the best developed character in this novel was Onai, which is curious. I don't want to talk spoilers again, but you know, discovering what you discover is wow. Like, this is definitely the best character in this novel, and it's incredible how you can feel so many different things for this dude. It's great. We also have his perspective on the book, and I really enjoyed those chapters. Like, there were basically some of my favorite chapters throughout the whole book. So yeah, A+ for the characters. You know, the development on Onai's character, A+, like A fucking plus. Also, by the way, Jesper is a bisexual character. I wasn't really on board with the love interest. I wasn't really on board. I feel a little bit rushed, but even the novel acknowledged that when one of the characters is just like, but we have only known each other for like 3 days, but I just already have this connection with you. It's still too fast. It's still too fast. But it was nothing like outrageous or anything like that, so no bothers. The other thing that I really want to talk about is how this book takes on classism, capitalism, poverty, and let's call it the dream metaphor, because I love this. Basically, in this island we have what is called, you know, the dream. You can be no one and then climb into the top by hard work, you know. This probably sounds familiar. You're just like, it doesn't matter. You only have to choose to not be a pawn, and you can be, you know, great like Onai. And there's of course a revolution in this book, and there's a lot of politics in this book, and I really like that. Someone who loves political intrigue here, there was a lot of talk about these issues. Constantly it was brought up all the time, especially when the characters were traveling from one place to another. They will see, you know, the results of this regiment and the revolt, and they will talk about it. And we have different views, of course, and it was done amazingly well for me. I just really liked it. Sometimes it's a little bit on your face, you know, but as in any other book, and I just really like that part. It was a great take, you know. I love that dream metaphor. There's this sentence that is repeated towards the end of the novel that is, the dream is alive. And you know what? And I agree. It was greatly done. Greatly done. I really appreciate this part, you know. I wasn't expecting this, actually. I thought it was going to be just like another gritty dark novel, and I really appreciate these themes being in this book, basically. The resolution of all the mysteries was great. There were some things there that was just like, I was sure about that, but my overall feeling yesterday at 4 a.m. was just like, holy shit. This twist I didn't see coming, so take your own conclusions. My only complaints with this book, they're not even complaints, they're just like, you know, observations. The first one is I wanted more of the dream world. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that we were going to spend more time on the dream world and less on the politics, which is not a bad thing, you know. I actually really like political intrigue, so it shouldn't bother me, but I kind of wanted more of the dream world because it was so well done, and I just love that concept, so I wanted a little bit more of that. And the other thing, I also wanted like more female characters and more well-constructed characters, even though this is a pretty mixed book because we have a good enough chunk of female characters and male characters, and they're all just like all male and one female, but still some female characters were treated pretty like poorly sometimes. So I appreciate in the future like more, like, I don't want to say strong female characters, but you know, more. I would just like more in the future, but you know, that's only an observation. So overall, I'm extremely excited to continue exploring Enderal. I think this is going to be a great series. If you like fantasy or dark fantasy in general, you're going to really enjoy this book. I really loved it. If you don't want politics in your books, bad luck. But overall, this book was fantastic. I gave it 4.75. It could even be considered a 5-star. I rounded it up in Goodreads. But yeah, I will highly recommend that you check out this book, please do. If you do, let me know. We can chat down in the comments, or you can DM me with your thoughts, whatever you want. I just really want to keep talking about this book, basically. And it's also a debut novel, you know, like a debut novel. So this is probably going to make it to my top books for this year. I already know this, but yeah, that's basically going to be all. Are you thinking about picking up this book? The first time that I showed it to you, many of you were interested. So please, if you have read it, just let me know. But as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye. I've been talking about this book for 25 minutes. And it was going to be like a review for like 10 minutes or so. Yeah.